everyone. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I started potty training my now 3-year-old. So if you're new, I would love it if you would subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe hopefully these tips might work for you even if you're not potty training a boy. I do have some notes here in my planner, which this video is still probably going to be all over the place, but hopefully you guys understand it. Hopefully it is helpful for you guys, and let's just jump right into it so this video is not that long. Okay, so all the products that I am going to mention in this video, I have already done a video on them, sharing all the products that I have bought. So if you haven't already checked that video out, definitely go check it out. I'll leave it down in the description. So I started potty training on the 7th of July. So it's been a few weeks already since I first started. I started in June, like the beginning of June. I started randomly throughout the day. Every once in a while would just talk to him and I would let him know pretty soon you're not going to wear diapers anymore, or like I would even take it to like whenever I was changing his diaper, I would tell him you're a big boy already, you're not going to be wearing diapers and you're going to be going potty in the toilet. Because before that I did watch a video and I'll leave it linked down below so you guys can check it out, but I really liked what it said. It lets you know like the signs to look out for whenever your toddler is ready to be potty trained. And I honestly was still gonna struggle potty training. I just didn't want to struggle as much. I've heard a lot of moms just say that they get frustrated and their child gets frustrated, and it's just an overall really bad experience. So I did not want to go through that at all. The major advice that I would share with you guys is that you make sure that your toddler is ready to be potty trained. He was showing most of those signs, so he already knew what the potty was, and he already knew what pee-pee and like toilet paper and like everything potty related. He knew what all that was because he was already interested. So I would just kind of tell him, you know, you're gonna start going pee-pees and poo-poos in the potty like mommy and daddy. I wouldn't tell him so much that it would kind of annoy him, if you know what I mean. I also did buy the book that I shared in my potty training haul. I bought that book and I kind of read it to him a few times. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to like overwhelm him with the idea, and I didn't want to scare him either. In the first vlog that I share with you guys, you're gonna see that I actually did wind up scaring him a bit, but he got over it really quickly. I would suggest is you just talk to your children and kind of let them know that this transitioning is coming. I also did transition him from his crib to his toddler bed. I honestly wasn't going to do it, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity to potty train him when he's interested in it. Another thing that I would do, I actually started doing this unintentionally, but sometimes I would just have him without a diaper. I feel like that kind of helped him get some kind of control of his bladder. He was already the type of little boy that just did not like to go on himself without a diaper for just like a little while. It wasn't even like the whole day or anything like that. I would just have him like that. You know, I don't know if that actually helped him out, but to me, I feel like it kind of did. Once I started getting closer to actually potty training him, I did start watching a few videos. I didn't watch a whole bunch of videos. I also tried looking for like vlogs and they were actually going through potty training, and that's one of the reasons why I also did the vlog, because I was like, okay, well, if I'm researching this up, and I really didn't come across a whole bunch of them. I kind of knew that I wanted to do the 3-day method, so that's kind of the type of videos that I would search up. As far as like the method that I was using, I guess I would say it was like the 3-day method. I didn't follow it like to a specific. I kind of took my own take on it. So like the first day I was going to have him without a diaper. I was going to take off his diaper in the morning and just tell him, you know, no more diapers, you're already a big boy and we're gonna start going pee-pees and poo-poos in the potty. So I had his little toilet, I had it there, and on the first day I tried giving him reminders. Like I said, he never liked going on himself without having a diaper, so I feel like maybe that contributed a lot to him getting pee down in the potty as fast as he did, because he did it within like a day. Within that first day he already knew, okay, I need to go and pee in the potty. I did notice the second day that he didn't like having reminders. What I would say, remember, we go pee-pees and poo-poos in the potty. I forgot where I heard somewhere that you're not supposed to ask them, you're supposed to kind of give like reminders. And another thing that I did was that I would kind of every 30 minutes just tell him like, hey, let's try and go pee-pees in the potty, and he would sit down for a little bit. But like I said, after a while he just didn't like reminders. So I noticed that he was like pretty independent as far as like wanting to go sit down. I noticed that sometimes he would go sit down on himself, and even if he didn't need to go, he would just kind of go, I guess because he had the sensation that he needed to go. So he was just kind of testing it out on his own. I've noticed that he's a pretty independent little boy now. That's what he's trying to be, just very independent now. So on the second day, I decided that I was going to put his underwear on, and that was a whole another thing that he had to learn, is to pull up his underwear up and down. So I guess that would be something else that you need to make sure that your child can do, is just pull their underwear up and down. Eventually you do have to add on shorts or pants or whatever. I've been sticking to like really easy to pull shorts and pants. If they do have an accident, one thing for sure is don't like make it a bad thing and get after them or punish them, like putting them in timeout or anything like that when they do have an accident. I feel like the best way to go about it is positive reinforcement. He did have an accident on one of the days, I can't remember which one. He did wind up having a pee accident and he peed all over himself, and I told him we don't go pee-pees on the floor, we go pee-pees in the potty. I did say this is a big no-no, but I didn't like say it like yelling at him or in a very negative way. I try to be very like calm about it and just like, okay, we're gonna clean it up. I had read like a while back that some children have trouble going poop in the potty, and that was one of the issues that we eventually ran into, and I was kind of waiting for it. I didn't realize that it was gonna be as hard as it was, and you'll see in the third vlog. It was really bad. I guess my suggestion for that would be is that if they are scared to go to the potty, what I did was I had to put them on the potty. You can't just let them go on themselves, especially with Adoni. He kind of like freaked out a lot about it. It was very scary for him because it's something new that they're not used to. They're used to just going in a diaper. They've been doing that since birth. So what I did was that I had to forcefully prompt him on there. I was scared of actually doing that because I was scared that he was going to be afraid of doing that. We were using an extra potty seat, so it's not like it was super scary as it would be going on a big potty, on a big toilet. Motivating them and continually to tell them, you know, mommy and daddy go poo-poo in the potty. And I even had to name like all these family members' names, telling him that everybody goes poop in the potty. I did use a bigger reward for pooping in the potty. That's another thing that I do want to mention, is that I basically just use goldfish and ice cream as a reward thing. I didn't go all fancy and crazied out. My kids love food anyway, so I kind of knew that he was just going to use whatever, and it was mostly because I forgot to buy the snacks and stuff. Ice cream for poop whenever he pooped in the potty. I also did not use a chart. I know a lot of people use charts and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't have been into stickers as much as he is into food, and I would only give him a little bit of goldfish. I had like this big bag and it lasted me the whole 3 days, because since I do have another toddler, I had to give him some snacks too. So every time my oldest would go, then I would give him two. If you do have another toddler around their same age, because my kids are 13 months apart, I kind of just included him in the whole process as well. I also do want to say that I feel like a little routine is good for them. I actually started on the first day, I want to say, if I remember correctly. So whenever he would go pee, I kind of taught him to just go and dump his pee in the big toilet. So he would grab it and he would take it himself. At first I did help him with it, but after a while he just wanted to do it by himself. So we would go dump the pee in the toilet. He would flush it because he really liked flushing it too. I would give him a piece of toilet paper, tell him to clean himself. I had a stool, so he would go and wash his hands as well. Eventually he wanted to do all of that by himself, and now he does it. He does leave like toilet paper all over the place because he's still learning to like tear it off, but he's definitely very independent. And I feel like if you include him instead of just doing it all yourself, I know it's so much easier to do that, and believe me that sometimes I still kind of do that just because they take such a long time to do it, but I feel like it encourages them more to want to do it. At this age, I feel like toddlers just really want to be independent and they want to do things, and I just think that's awesome for them to be able to just accomplish that. It's another milestone. I feel like it's important and it helps the whole potty training journey in general. Again, I did include my toddler, so whenever my oldest would wash his hands, then I would let him wash his hands, just making it fun for everybody. Now I have not gotten to the big toilet yet. That is still on hold. Maybe I'll do an update whenever I do that. As far as nighttime, I do not use any pull-ups. I didn't want to waste any more money on pull-ups. The pull-up box is like $21 plus the box of diapers that I have to buy. It just comes out to being more expensive, and I feel like I'm just wasting the same thing. So what I've decided to do is just buy reusable ones. They are a little pricey at first, but if you have more kids or you're planning on having more kids, hey, hand-me-downs, and they're honestly like really great quality ones that I did wind up purchasing. In the long run, I'm gonna save more money. So right now at nighttime, we are limiting the water. I try not to give him any water past 6:30, and he usually goes twice before he goes to sleep. There's been times where he wakes up super dry and then he goes potty in the morning, and that's awesome. Those are the good days. And then there are some days that he wakes up drenched in pee. I gotta wash everything. That's just part of this potty training journey. I don't mind it as much anymore as I did at the beginning, but it's still a work in progress. I feel like eventually his body is going to kind of figure it out. It's figured it out so far, the times that he does wake up dry. If he does ask for water, I just give him like a tiny bit, and I tell him, okay, this is it, you're not getting any more water, and then he's fine with it. He knows that he's not getting any more water, and that's it. Some other things that I did want to mention is that you should really look out for cues whenever they do need to go to the restroom. His cues were kind of weird, so I noticed that he would grab his butt and he would say ouch, or he would say poo poo, and that's when I would know that he needed to go poop. But he still does it sometimes. He'll say mama, ouch, and I'm like, okay, well, if you need to go poo poo, go sit on the potty, and then he'll go. It's just about watching out for that. Honestly, when people would say that, I'd be like, okay, what cues are you talking about? Like, how do I know what to look for? I think it just depends on your child, and you being their mom and kind of knowing them better, I feel like you'll kind of get it. I don't know what other way to put it, just that you will get it, because I did not understand that when people would say that. It's like whenever they're going poop in their diaper, my oldest would squat down or he would go hide somewhere, and those were his cues. I did forget to mention that kind of on his own, he picked up to let me know when he needs to go potty. I think it's good for you to let them know, like to let you know if they need to go. Okay, so I got interrupted and I don't really remember where exactly I left off. I'm pretty sure I covered everything. The final thing that I want to let you know is that you need to have a lot of patience. There is one of the videos that I watched, or it might have been a few of them, they did mention that I think it's like the third day that it's gonna be really hard. For us, it was the fourth, and honestly that day just made me want to give up. But all I can say is that once you start potty training, don't go back. Especially if they're ready and they've showed all the signs. You just have to push through that day, and you're gonna get over it. You're probably gonna cry. I cried. I wanted to run away from the kids. I just wanted everything to be over. I wanted to be saved by somebody. If you have your significant other to help you, like, that is awesome. But I did not, because he works all day. So hopefully you kind of get a feel with all these videos that I'm making on potty training. Just be really patient and don't give up. You can do it. They can do it. It's just something that you have to go through, and I know a lot of moms are scared about this. I was scared, and I just wanted to put it off as much as possible. If you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video, please leave me a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye guys.